Thank you for tuning in to Mr. Cliff's Toy Shop on today's episode of Arrivals, Delays, Pre-Orders, and What's Coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd McFarlane.
Here's Damian Wayne, and one of the things we want to do is basically try and have as much fun a scale as possible. So if you zoom across here on this shelf of all these characters up here, you can see that we've got all different size shapes, male, female, tall, skinny, right? Boom, 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 boom. But let's go back to Big Bad Damian here. So people have been asking, are we doing in scale? So here's Batman, or at least one of our Batmans here. And you're going to see if I put him directly behind, he's about a head taller, maybe. But they both come in obviously the same packaging in here. And we just add some of the packaging here. But I want to show you one of our biggest guys yet, because big is better. So if we take Big Bad Robin and we put him down here, and then we put him next to our latest Build-A-Figure, which is over here, Big Bad Bane, you're going to be able to see literally, this is our largest figure to date. Bigger than Berserker, way bigger than Robin, bigger than Batman, right? I mean, so you're going to get sort of large, medium, small. But the cool thing is, not only is he way bigger than Robin, but if you turn Robin sideways, he is actually as wide as Robin is, side to side, fist to fist. So that's how big this figure is going to be. He is enormous. This guy is going to be our biggest figure yet to date. So go look for him, build him. It's going to be awesome. Huge, humongous, lots of plastic. You'll love it. Bye.
So let's talk about this Bane. Man, it is massive. Now, as excited as I am for it, I do want to bring up a few things. First and foremost, I think due to the definitions that's cut into the arms, he doesn't seem as muscular. He seems more of a, I don't want to say fat, but a big guy versus a buff guy. Also, I'm not sure if this will be the flesh tone that we're receiving, as I've never read this comics. The only images that I've seen of the character are those that I believe Todd has posted at some point early on. Now, moving to the positive, this thing is huge. This is a lot of plastic, especially just for 4 action figures to create the Build-A-Figure. This is from the Last Night on Earth wave. Believe that comes with this version of Batman. I don't know what he's called. We also receive Omega, which appears to be another version of Batman. We receive the Wonder Woman, which I really like. It appears she has a soft cape and the mohawk. And then we receive the Scarecrow. So 4 figures to build a character that large, count me in. So McFarlane didn't stop there. They also have the license for DC Injustice Gods Among Us. I've been wondering this all the time, if they actually had the rights to that, because Storm Collectibles is also working on those characters. So I'm very interested in this, as I think with the McFarlane scale, in my opinion, which is a bit taller than the 7-inch mark, this should fit in nicely with the Storm collectible figures. Time will tell. But we received Gorilla Grodd done in his gold armor, and you know how I feel about the McFarlane's metallic paint. The gold that they use is absolutely beautiful. And then we get a Flash, which has some texture around the outfit, also looking fantastic. I can't wait to get these, as the price point is going to be somewhere around $20 unless McFarlane moves into a deluxe character assortment, but nevertheless, these are still cheaper than Storm collectibles. And for those of you who collect Storm collectibles, you know how long the wait is, so this should help you buy some time. Very excited for this news. So sticking with McFarlane news, the Flashpoint Batman should be releasing before the end of the year. In addition, we should be receiving a variant. No idea to where this will be actually releasing. So ending it with DC news, Todd showed the Batman, whichever version of Batman this is, and the Bat Cycle. A lot of concern was, does he fit? Well, he absolutely fits. Take a look.
This is our Death Metal Batman, and we've shown you the Death Metal Batman, and we've shown you the bike, but we haven't shown you the 2 of them together. So you can buy both of these separately, and then you can put them together.
So I nearly forgot to mention My Hero Academia. McFarlane has shown 3 new figures, so we see what I believe is a new version of Kirishima. This is based off his later season, if I'm not mistaken. We see another Deku, and more importantly, we see an All for One. So while these figures are wildly out of scale, for those of you that collect the McFarlane My Hero Academia characters, you know that those proportions are way off. The heads are too big, the bodies are too small, and in some aspect, the arms are too long. But where they are really shining is that they are producing way more characters than any other company. More than Reveltech, more than Mafex. So if you're looking to complete your line, chances are this is going to be it. And for the larger characters, they are pretty good. So this All for One, I am definitely, well, I should be excited, but I don't own any My Hero Academia characters. I was waiting and deciding between the Mafex and Reveltech. I waited too long on Reveltech. Medora has sold out, and I don't know if I want to purchase the All Might without being able to get that one. So moving on to Storm Collectibles, we finally received a solicitation for Dimitri for Dark Stalkers. I struggle to say that combination of two words. The figure looks fantastic. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. I think it could have been more stylized. Nonetheless, the head sculpts look fantastic. The effect pieces also look great. The price point for this one is very high. Dimitri is showing right under $100 at $97.99. I am hoping that this is not the case for the majority of figures in this line, as a lot of the characters, with the exception of the female characters, are larger than Dimitri. So I'm pretty concerned with pricing for this line. Moving on to Samurai Showdown, we received another exclusive version of Hahamaru. No idea when this one was solicited, as I did not see it on any platform for Storm Collectibles. However, it did make it to BBTS, and it is currently sold out. This was one that if I would have caught in time, I wouldn't have purchased. The price point is pretty high, and I'm not necessarily liking the difference of colors. Sticking with Samurai Showdown, we also received unpainted prototypes of, for those of you that can't make out her grayscale, I'll show you her in color. This was one of the characters. She came with a falcon or bird of some sort, which aided her in her fighting style in the game. Pretty hyped to have just another character for Samurai Showdown. Nonetheless, a female character with Storm Collectibles is greatly lacking. Moving on to some older news with Storm Collectibles, they teased an image. I had no idea who this was. I tell you, collectors, all they need is a little bit to be able to spot something. So they were able to deduce that this was Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. I don't know if that's true as of yet, as Storm has not shown full images of this, just that teaser. So if this is Kung Lao, I'm excited to have another character to Mortal Kombat, especially one of the good guys. But then at the same time, who knows when we'll actually receive this, and where is Liu Kang? And ending on the last bit of news for Storm Collectible, we see the following image. I had no idea what it was. Again, other collectors were able to deduce that this is the motorcycle for Lobo. And I say motorcycle, I guess the correct terminology would be space cycle. Nonetheless, no idea how this will be releasing, if we will be getting another version of Lobo with it, or if it will be sold as an individual item. I'm actually hoping that it will be sold as an individual item. I don't know how I nearly forgot to mention this, but Storm Collectible has received the Kengan Ashura license, an anime from Netflix, some of the best fighting sequences that I've seen all year. In my opinion, fantastic show. Very similar to Baki for those who have seen that show, but this, in my opinion, is way better than Baki, way more grounded, way more realistic, and better fighting sequences. I am super hyped for this. This certainly expands the type of licenses that Storm Collectibles can touch, and I hope that we continue to see this. Fingers crossed for a One Piece. So moving on to NECA news, it's been a while that we saw the 5-figure show for Defenders of the Earth. NECA has just revealed that those figures should be shipping early next year. And out of the 5, the first 3 that we will be receiving is Flash Gordon, Ming, and the Phantom. NECA has revealed that they have been sculpting additional characters. No idea what or who those characters are. And with NECA, there's always so much turtle news. We won't be covering a lot of it. But what I'll tell is that 2-pack with Rat King, which is certainly one of my most anticipated figures, and Vernon the Werewolf, should be releasing early next year as well, if not by the end of this year. So NECA also showed some new Turtles in Time. We saw the Baxter Stockman, which appears to be an entirely new scope, as well as the 2-pack for Bebop and Rocksteady, priced at $55, I think. Both figures are slated to release in May of next year, and I have already pre-ordered this. No fuss, no hassle, just can't wait to get them. And moving on to 3-0, which I don't report a lot of news from, that will change. So they have officially solicited their 1/6 scale Snake Eyes, and this thing looks fabulous. No idea if this is from the upcoming movie or based on the animated line. Either way, this is a purchase for me. Usually with 3-0, their 1/6 scale figures are reasonably priced, so I expect this Snake Eyes to have a price tag of somewhere in the area of $250 or under. I am truly hoping that they are going to do a ongoing G.I. Joe line and not just have something based off this one particular figure. Continuing on with 3-0, they slated some news that there will be a DXL line of Marvel Infinity Saga figures. No idea what figures are coming, no idea what scale. I'm really hoping that this is 1/6 scale, as we need a competitor to Hot Toys. Jumping into mafex, which just showed 2 new figures, a Ben Reilly version of Spider-Man priced at about $90. This figure is slated all the way next year, October 21. Easy pass for me personally. I really don't collect the mafex line, and I'm not interested in this Ben Reilly Spider-Man figure. And it also showed the Azrael Batman. This is the color that I'm familiar with. However, this is also going to be a pass for me. Instead of spending close to $100 for this figure, I'll just wait for McFarlane to repaint the version that we currently have, as I know that's a guarantee. This figure is also slated for October 2021. So moving on to Mezco, and what a disappointment Mezco has been over the course of the last few months, or maybe this year entirely. I won't focus on a lot of that today. I just want to focus on their MezcoCon reveals, which I was really hoping would boost the items that Mezco has showed this year, because other than the Roach and a few of their exclusives, we haven't seen a lot of new from Mezco. So the first figure they showed is the Texas Chainsaw Leatherface. While I'm not excited about this, this will be a figure that I will be picking up. I already have their Freddy Krueger, the It Clown, and I'm considering picking up their Jason from Friday the 13th, which is still available. Now, more importantly to me anyway, they are continuing with their DC Universe line, and they showed Dr. Fate. I cannot wait to add this figure to my collection. It does come with light up features, so I'm assuming it's going to be around the $100 price point. No idea if this is going to be exclusive. No idea when this is releasing. So this will conclude today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to Mr. Cliff's Toy Shop.